What if the most trusted advice for aging is actually a dangerous lie for decades? You have heard the same standard advice from doctors and read it in every glossy health magazine on the shelf. They tell you that to stay strong, you must lift heavy iron. They insist you must run hard to keep your heart pumping. But here's the cold, hard truth they often overlook. Your body at 70 is not a machine at 30. When you push an aging frame with high-impact stress, you aren't building it up. You are accelerating the wear and tear. You are lining an engine that needs precision tuning, not brute force. Ignoring this biological reality is the fastest, most certain route to a permanent, life-changing injury. Look closely at this medical cross-section of a human knee joint. Notice the delicate, critical space between the femur, your thigh bone, and the tibia, your main shin bone. In a healthy body, this gap is your cushion of youth. But right now, for millions of seniors, that space is shrinking every single day you neglect the right kind of movement. When that gap vanishes, the buffer is gone. It becomes bone on bone, a grinding, agonizing friction that makes every step feel like walking on broken glass. But here is the hidden truth that Western medicine is only just beginning to realize. You do not need an expensive gym membership to reclaim your freedom. You do not need to endure the agony of high-impact cardio or the strain of heavy weights ever again. Take a look at Japan. While Western seniors are struggling with record rates of joint replacements and chronic pain, Japanese seniors are living well into their 90s and 100s with remarkable agility. They have the lowest rates of falls and the highest functional mobility on the planet. What is their secret? It's not about working out in a gym. In fact, most Japanese centenarians have never touched a dumbbell in their lives. Instead, they move with a specific, ancient wisdom integrated into their ordinary daily routines. They don't fight against their age, they flow with it. Today, we are going to unlock the 6 essential movements that Japanese seniors use to lubricate their joints and sharpen their balance. These are the movements that protect your dignity, your strength, and your ultimate independence. According to startling research cited by Harvard Medical School, joint pain is no longer just an old age's problem. It's a global epidemic. Statistically, nearly 1 in 2 adults will face the agonizing reality of knee osteoarthritis in their lifetime. But why? Look at this high-definition anatomy of your knee joint. Understanding this is the first step to fixing it. This massive bone on top is your femur, the strongest bone in your body. Directly beneath it is the tibia, your main shin bone. Now, look closely at what's between them. That thin, pearly, white layer is your cartilage. Think of it as a critical, ultra-slippery protective cushion. The only thing standing between you and permanent disability. As the years pass, a biological shift occurs. Your cartilage naturally becomes thinner, and your body's production of joint oil decreases rapidly. Think of your knee joint like a high-performance car's shock absorber in your youth. That absorber is full of hydraulic fluid. But as we age, the fluid runs dry. When that happens, the metal parts, your bones, begin to grind directly against each other. That grinding is exactly what creates that deep, throbbing ache you feel every time you climb a flight of stairs or try to stand after dinner. But it's not just the bones. Gravity is your silent enemy. Every minute you stand, gravity is pulling your entire body weight down, crushing those bones together. See the patella or kneecap floating here? It's held in place by a complex web of ligaments. When your supporting muscles grow weak, these ligaments become loose, like worn-out rubber bands. This leaves your kneecap unstable and wobbly. This instability is the root of that frightening giving way sensation you feel when you stand up too quickly. But here is the hidden truth about your anatomy that most people miss. While it's true that you cannot simply grow new cartilage once it's gone, you can radically improve what you have left. You can lubricate it. Scientific studies show that specific, gentle movements act as a mechanical pump. They force fresh synovial fluid, your body's natural grease, back into that tight joint space. It works exactly like spraying oil on a heavy, rusty door hinge. Once the fluid flows, the friction vanishes. The Japanese movements we are about to reveal are designed to trigger this lubrication process naturally and instantly. You don't need heavy weights or painful resistance to restore smooth, fluid motion. Remember, this isn't about a lack of effort or getting lazy. It is about a slow, quiet, and terrifying loss of control. You feel it every time you hesitate before stepping off a curb. You feel it when the wobble in your step steals your confidence, making you stay home instead of going out. We are going to stop that theft of confidence right now by retraining your body to move the way nature intended. But here is the chilling hidden truth about your current balance. Something most doctors won't test until it's already too late. I want you to stop for a second right now. Let's do a real-time longevity audit. Stand up safely, place one hand near a wall or a sturdy chair for support, but try not to lean on it yet. Now, slowly lift one foot just an inch off the floor, just 1 inch. Hold this position, breathe deeply. Try to stay there for just 10 seconds. What do you feel? Notice if your ankle starts to twitch, shake, or feel violently unstable. That shaking isn't just muscle weakness. That is your brain's neurological map flickering like a dying light bulb. It is your nervous system losing its handshake with the earth. If you cannot hold this for 10 seconds without gasping or grabbing the wall, your independence is quietly, silently slipping away through your fingers. The price of inaction isn't just a sore joint. It is the freedom to live alone, to drive your car, and to walk your own hallways. We must recalibrate this instability now, before a single trip or a sudden fall changes your life's trajectory forever. Movement 4, the standing heel raise, the vascular pump. To fix your balance, we start at the foundation. Stand behind a sturdy chair, gripping the backrest firmly with both hands. With your feet hip-width apart, lift your heels as high as possible until you are standing on the balls of your toes. At the very top, pause. Squeeze your calf muscles with everything you've got for 2 seconds. Then, lower your heels with total control. Don't just drop until they kiss the floor again. In Japanese medicine, they teach a vital concept. Your calf muscles are your body's second heart. Think about it. Your main heart pumps blood down to your toes with the help of gravity. But getting that blood back up against gravity is a massive struggle. If this calf pump stops working efficiently, fluid begins to pool in your lower extremities. This is why so many seniors suffer from swollen ankles and a heavy, leaden feeling that makes every step feel like you're trudging through thick mud. Look at this medical animation of the deep veins running through your lower leg. These veins have one-way valves. When you perform this heel raise, your calf muscle acts like a powerful piston, squeezing those veins and shooting oxygen, depleted blood back up toward your heart and lungs. This prevents the dangerous stagnation that leads to chronic swelling and clotting issues. But here is the deeper hidden truth. Old blood must leave so that fresh, nutrient-rich, healing blood can arrive. By activating this pump, you aren't just working your muscles. You are cycling a fresh wave of nourishment directly into your tired, aching knee joints. You are essentially flushing the system to make room for repair. Movement 5. The seated spinal ring, vertebral hydration. Now let's move to the pillar of your entire nervous system, your spine. Sit tall on a firm chair and imagine an invisible string attached to the crown of your head, pulling you toward the ceiling. Place your right hand flat against your outer left thigh. Slowly, never abruptly, turn your upper body to look over your left shoulder. Hold this gentle twist, and right here, take one deep, lung-filling breath. Feel your ribs expand. Now return to the center with total control and repeat on the other side. Think of your spine like a stiff, dry dish sponge that has been sitting on a counter for days. If you try to bend a dry sponge, it cracks. To make it soft and pliable again, You must wring it out. Look at this anatomical view of the spongy discs sitting between each of your vertebrae. These discs don't have a direct blood supply. They rely on movement to breathe. This twisting motion creates a pumping effect, squeezing metabolic waste products out of the discs. When you release the twist, a vacuum is created and fresh, nutrient-rich fluid soaks back into the sponge. Listen to me carefully. Do not force this. Respect your body's current range. But remember, this isn't just about flexibility. It is about survival. If you lose the ability to look behind you, you lose the ability to drive a car safely. You lose the ability to sense danger in your surroundings. Maintaining this rotation is the key to staying aware and mobile in the real world. Movement 6, the side leg lift, the pelvic anchor. For our final movement, stand tall and hold onto your sturdy chair. Your safety is the priority. Shift your weight completely onto your left leg, feeling it root into the floor. Now, lift your right leg out to the side, very slowly, with zero momentum. Keep your toes pointing straight forward like a pair of bright car headlights. If your foot turns outward, you're cheating the muscle. Lower the leg back down with a 3-second count. Think of these side hip muscles as the guy wires on a ship's mast. If those wires are loose or frayed, the mast will tip over in the first sign of a storm. In your body, your pelvis is that mast. It supports your entire spine and skull. Look at the gluteus medius muscle highlighted here on the side of your hip. This is the hidden stabilizer. This forgotten muscle is what stops your hip from dropping and your knee from collapsing inward every time you take a step. If this muscle is weak, you will waddle instead of walk. That waddle creates a dangerous shift in your center of gravity that practically invites a fall. By isolating this movement, you are tightening the guy wires. You are building a base that is unshakable. The conclusion, your new reality. Imagine a life where you walk, garden, and travel without a second thought about the H. Picture yourself playing with your grandchildren on the floor and standing up again with total ease. You can reclaim the freedom you thought was gone forever. Control isn't something you lose with age. It is something you earn through smart, intentional practice. The Japanese seniors who live past 100 don't rely on luck. They rely on the daily devotion to these exact, gentle movements. Your body is designed to heal, to lubricate, and to stabilize. No matter your age, start your journey to total freedom with just one of these movements today. Please consult your personal doctor before beginning any new exercise routine. This video is for educational purposes and is not specific medical advice. Thank you for investing in your future health. Now, tell me in the comments which of these 6 movements felt the most needed for your body today. I'll see you in the next video. Look at the ligaments holding your joints together one last time. See how they wrap around the bone like protective silk ribbons? These aren't just static tissues. They are living, adapting structures. They get stronger, thicker, and more resilient every single time you choose to move purposefully, rather than forcefully. This is the core philosophy of the Japanese East. Control isn't lost with age. It is earned through smart, consistent practice. Japanese seniors do not rely on genetic luck for their amazing longevity. They don't have a secret pill. They rely on the daily, quiet devotion to these simple, gentle movements that keep the body's internal machinery oiled and calibrated. Let's go back to that specific hip isolation one more time because it is your shield against injury. This forgotten muscle, the gluteus medius, is what stops your hip from dropping every time you take a step. If this muscle is weak, you will inevitably waddle rather than walk. That waddle isn't just an aesthetic issue. It shifts your entire center of gravity and practically invites a catastrophic fall. Here's the key to doing it right. Keep your upper body perfectly still, like a statue, while your leg moves out to the side. Do not lean your torso to the side to compensate. If you lean, you are cheating the joint. Isolate the movement. Feel the heat in your side hip. That heat is the sound of your hip joint getting stronger. and your balance becoming unshakable. Imagine what this strength means for your life. Picture yourself playing with your grandchildren on the floor, not just watching them from a chair, but being down there with them, moving comfortably and standing back up without a groan of pain. You can reclaim the freedom that you might have thought was gone forever. Your body is biologically designed to heal and adapt if you simply treat it with the respect and movement it deserves. Start your journey to total freedom with just one movement today. Whether it's the heel raise while you make tea or the spinal twist before bed, just start. Please consult your personal doctor before beginning any new exercise routine, as this video is for educational purposes and is not specific medical advice. Thank you for investing your most valuable asset, your time, into your future health today. If you found this helpful, hit the like button so we can reach more seniors who need this message. Stay strong, stay mobile, and I'll see you in the next one.